I'm going to share with you 20 business lessons that, should you choose to implement, will indefinitely improve your business, even if it's just slightly. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So I made an Instagram post the other day, and I'm basically going to reread the Instagram post, but I'm going to explain a few bits, because on Instagram you can only say a few bits, you can't really give any context, so we're going to go through a few bits. So number one, don't compare yourself to competitors, be inspired, don't compare. What does that mean? Far too many times on, especially social media, you will basically look at someone else and you'll be like, fuck, why aren't I there? And I think if you spend your time on social media consistently thinking, why the fuck am I not in a better position, you are just consistently pissed off all the time. Okay? You're not coming at this from an abundance mindset. You're coming at this from a scarcity mindset. You're basically coming at this from a standpoint of comparison, and comparison sucks. The phrase is comparison is the thief of joy, and that's really really true. Okay, now you might be following loads of business mentors and they're consistently showing client wins, and you're just like, oh my god, like fuck. The thing that I would look at is, if you are seeing these bits of social proof on social media, don't be like, fuck, that isn't me, why the fuck aren't I there? Take it as like, oh my god, like you can make so much money in online coaching. Because if you can take inspiration from something, and you could be like, oh my god, like I want to get there. I want to get there. I'm not there yet, but I want to get there. How do I get there? If you take it as inspiration, you start acting. If you take it as comparison, you just feel shit all the time. So in business, don't fucking compare, okay? It's hard, but just don't do it. Number two, do not copy. Again, take inspiration from someone. Don't word for word copy. Because here's what copying does, okay? So you have the person who's doing the thing, and then you have the person who is copying it. Now, if you are just someone looking for an online coach, and you see side by side someone doing something and then someone copying it, who the fuck do you think you're going to go for in terms of like an online coaching setup? Are you going to go to the person who's copying, or are you going to go to the original guy or gal? You're going to go to the original person, right? Because the other person just looks like they're carbon copying that person, which they are. Also, interestingly, if someone is copying someone else, you actually give the other person more traction, because you're copying the other person. So it's like, oh, well, maybe I should listen to the other person. So never copy in business. Take inspiration from business. And by the way, if you ever take inspiration in terms of like content in particular, don't take it from someone in your own niche, in your own field. Take it from another industry. The reason for that is, if you do choose to copy, then you have your twist in terms of like the fitness twist. You are the originator in the fitness space. So you've taken someone else's framework, you pushed it into a fitness scene. Technically you are copying, but you're putting it into a new niche, so technically it's like brand new and original. So if you do choose to copy, don't copy someone who is in the same industry. Do it from a different industry, okay? Number three, you're never too late to start growing a business. I only really took my business seriously at 26. I'm 31, just for reference. If you'll sub this, start and just start pushing. You can do insane things in 3 to 5 years. Trust me. And yeah, I speak to business owners all the time, and they're just like, I'm 24, like I feel like I'm too late, or it's too late to start. I'm just like, no, it's fucking not. Even if you're like 35, like just start, okay? Because again, in 3 to 5 years, you have genuinely no idea where this can take you. If you every single day is like Groundhog Day, and you are absolutely obliterating workload, and you're being productive as fuck, and not spending your whole time scrolling on social media, which will bring us on to another point. But if you actually do that versus, so you're actually like really productive for like 3 to 5 years, you can do insane things, like insane things, okay? So my thing is that if you're thinking of starting, just start, just do it, okay? Like the Nike slogan. Number four, take advice from people who have done things you want to do. Do not take it from friends and family. Through all good intentions, they will hold you back when you want to run. So run, don't be held back. So you're gonna get friends and family tell you to not do something. Now the reason why that happens is because they love the current version of you, but you don't. You want to be somewhere else, right? So they're going to basically try and hold you back because they like the current version of you, and change for most people is very scary. So they don't want you to change because they love the current version of you, but you don't. So you have to, if you want to change, you have to listen to people who have done the thing, not listen to the people who are trying to hold you back through all good intentions. That will be friends and family. So your friends and family will basically tell you not to do something. Do it. Do the uncomfortable thing, okay? Because that will progress your business. Number 5, if you take advice from others, actually implement. Don't nod and smile. If you take business advice from someone, don't be like, yeah, that's cool, and then just forget about it. Take that advice and implement, because if you take that advice and implement, you'll grow a business. If you take all of the bits of advice that I'm telling you right now and actually implement it into your life, you'll grow your business. Hands down. That's going to happen, okay? Number 6, there is no shortcut. Okay? There's just literally not. If you want to grow a business, if you take a shortcut, it'll just take longer to get to your goal. So just think about it that way. There is literally no shortcut to growing a business. It's going to be slow, it's going to be painful, you're going to want to quit all the time, which will bring me to another point. There's no shortcut to that, okay? It's the thing that I love about business is, in some contexts, in most contexts, if you are a solo entrepreneur, especially an online coaching solo entrepreneur, you can't get given this business. Mummy and daddy can't give you this business. They just can't, okay? Now, obviously, further down the line, then obviously I can give my son this business model, for example, but you get the point. Like, it's rare that someone can, like, just hand their son or daughter or just, like, family member this business model, online coaching, online fitness coaching. So it's one of the things that's, like, earned, which I fucking love. It's a bit like bodybuilding. You have to, like, earn your physique. Okay, now you can have, like, genetic potential and whatever, but you have to work. That has to happen. Even if someone has given you a business, by the way, you're still going to have to work, because you can't just get given a business and then just be like, thanks. You have to have incredible work rate and incredible resilience, but there is no shortcut. By the way, side note, I would much rather grow the business from scratch versus get given a business that's already, like, pre-developed. Because one, I know the intricacies of the business, I know how it works, I know how it operates. So I'd much rather that. Okay. Anyway, there is no shortcut. Number 7, business moves at speed, so keep up. The slower you are, the more money you will lose. So if you are like, right, okay, I need to make something for the business, I need to do something for the business, right? If I make it in one day and you make it in 6 months, how much money are you going to be losing in that situation? A lot, right? I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. So we at TCT fully developed a whole entire program, which is basically a revamp of our current program. We did that in 1 week. 1 week turnaround, right? Now, I can't tell you how much I worked in that week. It was unreal, okay? But I can get a new program out in 1 week. My competitors will probably get a program out in about 8 months. That's the difference. Business moves at speed. So you have to basically keep up. The more time you spend, or the more time you spend on certain things. Now, there is caveats to this, but the more time you actually spend thinking about doing the thing and not doing the thing, you will lose a lot of capital. And also, fun fact: if you want to be miles ahead of your competitors, just do things faster. That's literally it. Okay. So yeah. Number 8: invest, reinvest, never stop doing this. Business owners, so the difference between an employee mindset and a business owner mindset is a business owner mindset will basically invest quick. A employee mindset is someone who is very scared to part ways with money. But unfortunately, if you want to start a business, it kind of requires capital. Okay, I always reference, like, coffee shops in this regard, because it's the most, I suppose, like, it's where someone can correlate the most. If you want to own a coffee shop, you have to go through the rent, you have to have employees, you have to have the coffee machine, you have to buy the beans, you have to buy all the setup. That's a lot of expense, and then in a year's time you might see profit. The online coaching realm is you have to know how to market and sell, and that's it. So your capital basically is learning how to market and sell, and then you're set up for life, because you can take these skills with you indefinitely. So yeah, but essentially, like a lot of the people who are very successful in business are the ones who invest and then consistently reinvest back into the business. Okay, and not just be like, I can do things on my own. That's cool. You can do that, but you're not operating at speed, and you'll lose a lot of money along the way. It'll actually cost you way more money long term not to invest in your business. It just will. Every single time I have invested in my business, what's happened is I've shifted a couple of gears, which has enabled me to go faster, which means I make more money. It's scary to invest though. That thing of like, shit, I don't really want to part ways with this money. That's normal. Do it anyway. You're basically buying a speed pass. Number 9. Number 8 feels like a backwards move and it'll fill you with fear. Do it anyway. Kind of reference what I just said then. Same. Probably don't need to harp on about that. But it does feel scary to invest, especially when you're like, is this going to pan out? If you invest and you actually implement what the person is telling you to do, you will make your money back. You'll make your money back like that, and you'll make a lot more money long term. Every single investment I've ever made it's always made me money. Whether that's short term or long term, it's always made me money because I've learned something. Okay. Sometimes investments I have learned how not to do things, which has indefinitely improved the way that I've run things anyway. Okay. So there's no real shit investment to be honest. Number 10, you'll lose, and you'll lose a lot in business. Successful business owners dust themselves off and go again. Be that person. So, you're going to have times in business where you want to give up and you just want to curl up into a ball and cry. That happens all the time. That's business. Successful business owners will feel like that. They'll feel the same way. They want to give up. They just want to curl up into a ball. But the difference between successful business owners and people who just won't make it are successful business owners will get up off the floor, dust themselves off, and go again. People who are unsuccessful will curl up into a ball, cry, and never get up. They're done. But I'll go through how you can basically mitigate that. So, 11, you want to give up, and you want to give up every single week. This is normal. You're in business. The thing that I would look at when you want to give up is your why, and then also, so your deep why can't just be money, and also you have to look at this is self-inflicted. You want to grow a business. You've actively acted in being self-employed. This comes with the territory. So you want to give up, but this is your choice. It's a bit like when you're like dieting, right? Is that dieting, you're hungry, you're tired, you're fucking cold. If you've ever been lean, then you know what I mean. You can't sleep, it's fucking shit. But it's your choice. Like, you chose that. It's the same with being self-employed, okay? It's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard. You'll question why. Like, why you're actually doing this a lot. More times than I suppose, the opposite effect, right? But this is normal. Absolutely normal. But this is why you need an absolutely fucking solid why, and it can't just be money. Skip to 16. This is basically like figure out your why and never stop pushing because of this. Number 17 is if your why is to make money, get out. Trust me, you won't make any money. Your why has to be deep. So when we actually look at the why, it can't just be I want Lamborghini, because any like slightest bit of like wind, any slightest bit of stress, you'll quit, and you won't dust yourself off and go again. You'll just quit, lay on the floor, and just go. If your why is I want to provide for my family, I want the best future for my family, I just want to be financially secure so I can go traveling, I want to pay for my parents' mortgage. If your why is that deep, you will fucking do everything within your power to get to your end goal. You just will. By the way, there is no end goal in business. You haven't completed business. No one's ever completed business. If Elon Musk is still working right now, there's a good chance that you're probably going to be operating a business for a fair while. There's no end game in business, okay? Even if you exit a business, you're probably going to start a new one. Just a side note, it's addicting. I'm already looking at another business model. Going back, so we'll skip out number 16 and 17 because I've already said that. Number 12, you can work harder. If you're not growing right now, you're probably not working hard enough. This is kind of like a punch in the face because every single business owner I've ever spoke to has said, I work really hard. Trust me, you're not. You have got another gear. Whether you like it or not, you've got another gear. Don't care if you're saying like, I'm working my ass off. You're not. You're probably not. I, hand on heart, can say every single month in business, I have worked harder every single month. So that, by order of definition, last month I wasn't working that hard. This month I am working hard, and I can say that. But next month I'm going to say I'm actually working harder here. I don't know what I was doing back then. That should happen. You should work harder every single fucking month. You should have multiple different gears that you should work towards. Okay. Number 13. If you're truly working really hard and you're not growing, something is off. If you're truly working hard, something is completely wrong. 9 times out of 10, you're working on things that do not matter in your business versus money-making tasks. If you prioritize money-making tasks, you will win because you'll make money. There you go. 14, stop scrolling on social media for inspiration, be the person people watch. The amount of times that I go to one-to-one calls and I'm just like, what have you done this week? They're like, oh, like I've done this, I've done. I'm like, that's not enough to grow a business. What have you been doing for the other time? Ask. I've been scrolling on social media. Right. Stop fucking doing that. Ridiculous. Okay? You're not going to grow a business by scrolling on social media. You're going to grow a business by being the person people want to be. Do that. 15, you'll get hate. Get used to it. Most people hate to see other people doing better than them, especially if you're from the UK. Now, if you're like American, they're like, yeah. That was an American accent. They're fucking, they really want to see people win, or they just like appreciate that entrepreneurial spirit. If you're pretty much from any other country, to be honest, they'll probably do the same thing. Bar maybe like Europe, kind of got that like weird mindset where they're just like, if you're doing well, then fuck you. But you're gonna get hate no matter what. If your aim is to be seen and grow a business and have more capital, you'll get seen by more people, which means more people hate you. Just get used to it. It comes with the territory, unfortunately. But if you're from the UK, yeah, just understand that people just hate people who are doing well. And that is part of the reason why I hate UK culture indefinitely. I hate the food. I hate the culture. I think the culture is absolutely ridiculous. That's a topic for another fucking vlog. But number 18, you can grow a business whilst being a family man. People will tell you it's not possible. Do not listen. I have blocked out my whole entire Tuesday, so I'm going to make this. I'm going to go away from the office, and I'm basically going to spend the whole entire day with my son and my wife. People will tell you can't grow a business whilst being a family man. I got told this when Nat was pregnant. Trust me, if you're like, your partner's pregnant or you're thinking about it and you're like, not too sure because I want to grow this business, you can 100% grow the business. It's gonna be fucking hard. This past year, so Max is 1 today, this past year has been nothing short of absolutely ridiculous. I've worked so much. I've worked harder than I've ever worked in my whole entire life. But I did it because of that. So that was my purpose, not my excuse. So people use kids as like an excuse why they can't fucking work. Not true. You can grow a business whilst having like being a family man. Trust me. It's just going to be really hard. Number 19. Operate from where does this put me in a year's time, not where does this put me in a week's time. Far too many business owners think in weeks. You need to think in years and decades. Okay. At TCT we have a 5-year business plan. That basically means every single year I know what I need to do in order to grow the business to where I wanted to get to in 5 years. I can almost guarantee right now you have a weekly plan, and you're like, where's my leads? Where's this? And you're looking at things from a microscopic lens. We'll keep that in. So you're looking at things so fucking finite. That's not how to grow a business. How to grow a business is doing things that you can see in a year's time. Like, okay, if I make this move, where does this put me in a year's time? Okay, so operate from that perspective. Number 20 is no matter what level of business your business is at, there'll be problems and you need to work on them. So if you're at the start of business, your business problem is probably going to be can't get clients, blah, 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 can't get seen by new people, blah, 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 blah. If you're earning like 30, 40 grand a month, your thing is my team. I need to train my team. I need to make sure my team are hitting KPIs. We've got a no-show rate going on. We have a close rate going on. We have a fulfillment issue. There's gonna be problems in business every single fucking day. Okay, you have to just recognize that that is a part of being in business. Business is about problem solving. It's not about anything else really. Okay, so there's gonna be problems. Even though I've got a top that says no problemo, this top should say lots of problemos because you're operating a business, and that is just basically your job. Okay, yesterday, my Monday was basically about putting out fires the whole entire day. That doesn't happen every single day, but there's gonna be problems in your business. Get used to it. Welcome it. Your whole entire want and desire is to grow a business. This comes with the territory. Anyway, hope you found value in this vlog. I very much enjoyed making it. I very much enjoyed writing the Instagram post as well. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that style. I'll see you in the next one.